saying, okay, I'm from Bangalore. I don't know which place all of you are from. Okay, it's like saying, I am Bangalore. No, I am not Bangalore. I am I. Bangalore is Bangalore. But for Krishna, Krishna and his abode, Golok Vrindavana, both are same. Why is it? Because because of the absoluteness of the spiritual world and absoluteness of Krishna. He is non-different, whether in Goloka or whether when he descends as Avatara in this world. Because he doesn't have a destructible body. He is in that Satchidananda Rupa only. He is there in his abode, and when he descends, also he comes. So this aspect of absoluteness, takes some time for us to understand. Also, Srila Prabhupada says that there is no influence of time. Okay, in the spiritual world, there is no start and there is no end. Because there is no start, there is no end. It is eternal. That is why it is called Sanatana. It is called eternal. For us, it is a little difficult to comprehend now because we are into this aspect of start and finish, day and night, right? Seasons but eternally, it is the same in the time is conspicuous by its absence. That is what the scripture says about in the spiritual world. And there is no aspect of the time. The influence of time is not there. What is it? What do we mean by influence of time? See, basically, influence of time is deterioration, right? No matter how powerful, how famous, how rich, uh, irrespective of how big a person is, time deteriorates everybody and everything in this material world, right? And the ultimate aspect of time is mrityu. That is what he says in the 10th chapter. He says, mrityuscha, I take away everything, because as death, the identity, I myself am not there. So what to talk about the things that are connected with me? It can be people, it can be the things that I'm attached to or I have, right? So that aspect of deterioration is not there. That influence of time is not there in the spiritual world. So Prabhupada says, he gives this Vedic aphorism, ekam eva dvitiyam. It is, there is no second to that. It is the single most, right? So, the aspect of Sanatana, the spiritual planet, the spiritual abode, which is forever existing, is what Prabhupada is talking about, and the Brahma Loka Sanatana. And then Prabhupada talks about this material world. What is this material world? He says it is a phantasmagoria of the spiritual kingdom. Like we have heard this term, a perverted reflection of the spiritual world. This material world is a perverted reflection or a shadow. Like again, if we today, also it is Gita Jayanti. If we see the first shloka of the 15th chapter, Urdha Mula Madashakam Ashwatam Prahuram Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Vedase. It says the roots are up, the branches are down, right? Whereas here we see the roots are below and the tree branch and trunk is up, right? So, so it's a perverted reflection. What else how else can we understand about the perverted reflection? Now, here in the material world, if we say, if somebody is caught as a thief, right? What do they do? If somebody is stealing, what is done with that person? Anybody wants to answer?
They are imprisoned, Mataji.
He will be imprisoned.
Punished and imprisoned. But you see, Krishna as a butter thief, he is worshipped. And you have tons and tons and stories and the pastimes about him being a thief. And he's glorified, as a chore, he's glorified as a thief. So, what seems uh, unusual and incorrect here in this material world is glorified in the spiritual world, right? So, that is what it means as a perverted reflection of the spiritual world, this material world, right? And then again, Prabhupada talks about duality not being there in the spiritual world. There's no heat and cold, there's no sukha dukkha. And then there is nothing like, I like somebody, I don't like somebody, right? That aspect is also not there. Everybody is happily, serving Krishna, right? So the aspect of duality is also not there. And then Prabhupada quotes this famous shloka of Bhagavad Gita 9:11. Avijananti mam muda manushim tanamashita param bhava majananta mama bhuta maheshwara. Mudha, avijananti mam mudha. What is Krishna saying in this particular shloka of 9th chapter? That normal people, consider me as a normal human being. Me in the sense Krishna, because he comes in two-handed form, and then they see him, apparently not so correct things. They may see him do, especially in the Kurukshetra war, certain aspects. Then he has 16,108 wives, all these questions. So people who are mudhas or people who are foolish, they cannot understand this aspect of Krishna being not a normal human being like us, nor is his abode or the spiritual sky or the spiritual world is, unlike our material world, it is different. All these aspects that we discussed. Uh, so, uh, so in the next sloka, and then when we see, we can talk about what is it. It takes us one to go to the spiritual world. And the last aspect in this shloka, the 39th shloka, the Virat universal form of the Lord is an imagination of the material world. It has got nothing to do with the spiritual world or the kingdom of God. Although it is a Virata Rupa, it is just for us to understand. Even the Vishwarupa form, right? Vishwarupa form in the 11th chapter and the Virata Rupa form here, which is described. Why is this? It is kind of an intermediary form that Krishna is taking, because when we are so materially attached, and then we are talking about the in superlative about Krishna's transcendence or Krishna's divinity, it is very difficult for normal people who are very materially attached to understand. So this Virata Rupa or the Vishwarupa, Krishna is showing so that that is how the material people can understand, they can come to bhakti, because they accept Krishna, Lord or God, if not Krishna, God as someone Adbhuta or somebody who is very magnanimous or somebody who has to be different. They can't uh, um, comprehend that the two-handed, two-legged person like you and me can be God. Even Brahma got bewildered. That's how Brahma Vimohana Leela happened. He says, this two-handed small boy, covered boy, cannot be the Supreme Lord. And he takes away all the calves, and all the Gopa Balakas for 1 year, and then he understands who Krishna is. So, to bring conditioned soul like us to the aspect of bhakti, Krishna has given this intermediary form to first understand that everything in this material world is coming from God. That's how he shows the Vishwarupa form also in the 11th chapter to Arjuna. And then, of course, in that 11th chapter, he shows his four-handed form, and then Arjuna says, "No, I want to only see your two-handed form." So it is to help people to connect with this material world, one thing, and then come to the understanding of that God is very great. And then from there, once the acceptance is in a little more um, mm, congenial way, then take them to the next level of actually the two-handed form, and then why that is the topmost, right? So with that, we will just go to the next two shlokas. Yeah, who wants to read? Uh, there were some raised hands. Okay,
Divya Desai Mataji.
okay, okay. Hare Krishna Mataji, can you
Hare
please read?
Krishna.
Yeah.
तत्कट्यां चातलं क्लप्त मुरुभाग्यं वितलं विभोः जानुभ्यां सुतलं शुद्धं जङ्घाभ्यान्तु तलातलं महातलं तु गल्फाभ्यां प्रपदाभ्यां रसातलं पातालं पादतलत इति लोकमयः पुमान्. Hare Krishna. Shall I
Please
read the translation, Mataji?
Yeah, Ms. Mataji, please read the translation.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear son Narada, know from me that there are 7 lower planetary systems out of the total 14. The first planetary system, known as Atala, is situated on the waist. The second, Vithala, is situated on the thighs. The third, Sutala, on the knees. The fourth, Talathala, on the flanks. The fifth, Mahatala, on the ankles. The sixth, Rasatala, on the upper portion of the feet. And the seventh, Patala, on the soles of the feet. Thus, the Virata form of the Lord is full of all planetary systems. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams.
Hare Krishna. So, actually, Sutala Loka, who is reminded when we talk of Sutala Loka? Any guesses? Who was pushed to Sutala Loka?
Dhruva, sorry.
Bali Maharaj.
Boli
Yes,
Maharaj.
correct.
Bali
Bali
Maharaj.
Maharaj. Yeah, Bali Maharaj, right? He was pushed to, and then the Lord very mercifully became his doorkeeper also, right? So these are the lower planetary systems, right? Actually, the lower planetary systems is more opulent than the Swargalokas, I mean, the upper planetary systems, right? But only thing is, they are, I mean, they are in ignorance of the Lord. Mostly they are in ignorance of the Lord. So these lower planetary systems, in the translation about the shloka, where each planet is situated, is Prabhupada is saying it in the translation. And then if we see further, Prabhupada very clearly, 8th chapter, 16th shloka of Bhagavad Gita says, "A Brahma Bhuvana Loke Punaravartino Arjuna Mam Upetyetu Kaunteya Punarjanmana Vidyate." One may be enamored, because before at least I came to Krishna consciousness, going to Swargaloka was the ultimate goal, kind of. I mean, if we had a goal after one passed away, Swargaloka was the topmost. But then, Prabhupada is saying, even somebody, I mean, quoting this shloka of Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna is telling Arjuna, even if you go to Brahmaloka, Punaravartinu Arjuna, you will come back. Only if you come to my abode, then Punarjanmana Vidyate. You will not have another, you will not be in the cycle of birth and death. So, and then about these lower planetary systems, Prabhupada is saying, what is the area that occupies? 2 billion times 2 billion square miles. 2 billion square miles it is. Right? Unimaginable. Actually, in the fifth canto, these systems, I mean, these planetary systems are very beautifully explained when we or in that chapter, that canto, then some little more understanding, clear understanding about these lokas is given. So we cannot, first of all, comprehend this vastness of the place itself. And then, then Prabhupada says it's not a child's play to go to any of these, the so-called now going to the moon, or, Prabhupada is saying that is not possible because of the vastness of the planetary systems and the universes. And there are so many innumerable universes. So, what is it? What is an intelligent person that is going to do? Prabhupada says, going back to Godhead, liberation. Therefore, liberation as liberation. That means going back to Godhead. Now, I have a question here, right? Now, we all are here. We talk of going back to Godhead. That means being liberated from the cycle of birth and death. But I have a question. What do we mean by liberation? Right? So can anybody say what is it? What does it mean by liberation?
Freedom from the cycle of birth and death.
From
And then-
material existence, Mataji.
Okay. And then what? Okay. Fine. Freedom from birth and death, material existence. Then what?
Going back to Godhead.
Going back to Godhead.
Okay. Fine.
Be in service of Krishna there in Golok.
What?
Be in the service of Krishna wherever we are.
Exactly. So actually, here Prabhupada talks about, liberation and attainment of into the kingdom of Godhead, right? So going back to Godhead means it's not that we are going there and then we have nothing there to do. The aspect is, that's why everywhere, Prabhupada hints at and he emphasizes on devotional service. So now we understood what is liberation. Liberation means being in service of the Lord, right? We go back to the spiritual world and being in service of the Lord. Now, suppose service of the Lord 24 hours. For now, maybe based on our situations, we may be for 1 hour, for 2 hours, for 3 hours, 4 hours. Pure devotees are 24 hours, right? So, if we are able to serve the Lord 24 hours now in this present body itself, then that means we are liberated. Yes or no?
Yes, Mataji.
Little bit confusion to accept it, this Mataji.
See, actually there is no confusion, because what we just now discussed, what does it mean to be liberated? Liberated doesn't mean just going back to Golok Vrindavana and just relaxing there. Liberation actually means to be in service of the Lord. And for what is the duration? All the time. So I said, for now, our situations can be different, in the sense, we are in service of the Lord for 1 hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours, or whatever time that we are able to contribute in our after our day-to-day routine. But if we are able to serve the Lord 24 hours, like pure devotees, not that I'm saying we are pure devotees, but that is what is the differentiator. Pure devotees don't matter. It doesn't matter whether they are here in this material world or whether they are in the spiritual world, because ultimately they are doing the same. They are serving the Lord 24/7, 365 days, every day, right? So actually liberation, so what here Prabhupada is saying, to go back to, only a devotee can go back to Godhead. So what is the criteria there to go back to Godhead? That means we have to understand that I go there and serve Krishna. So actually what we are doing here is what Prabhupada has given all these aspects is that we are practicing devotional service here. Okay. So practicing devotional service, and then when we go back to Godhead, then we are serving Krishna all the time. In that sense, if we, it's a idealistic thing that I'm saying, but actually that is what liberation means. Going back to Godhead or going back to the spiritual world means that I am serving the Lord always.
Mataji,
So,
can I ask one question pertaining to this, Mataji?
yes, Mataji.
Mataji, see, we are starting morning at 4 o'clock. We start the day, right? Chanting, then we do a Mangal Aarti, then we do Tulsi Aarti, then for Prabhupada we do that Aarti. And after that, we make Bhoga morning, afternoon we make Bhoga, at night we give. Then we attend the classes morning, then afternoon, then night, Srimad Bhagavatam, then attend the Bhagavad Gita classes, associate with devotees. The whole day goes like that only. So how much more are we lacking, Mataji? Just guide us.
Do we sleep?
Afternoon, sometimes I take a short nap because when you get up at 4 o'clock, Mataji, feel very tired.
And then
45 minutes.
Night also we sleep, right?
Yeah.
That means we are not there 24 hours in Krishna service.
But Mataji, without sleeping, the fish will break
No.
down.
See, I'm not refuting. I also sleep. I'm not refuting that. I'm trying to give you the picture about what it means to be 24 hours in service. Okay, even in sleep, if we are dreaming and serving Krishna, that also is service. But are we in that position as of now?
No, Mataji, 24 hours. Okay, it's very easy to say. But if we get up so early, if we don't take a nap at night, we can't attend this class. We can't pay attention.
Correct.
That's why.
True. No, I'm saying what it means to be liberated. I mean, actually, I was just coming to that. Like, if we see Srila Prabhupada's or Bhaktivinoda Thakur's or any of the Goswamis, our parampara, they all slept for probably 1 or 2 hours. Because as such, they really lived that aspect that I'm not the body, I'm the soul. Because as such, the soul doesn't need sleep or rest and other things. But because we are still in the purification stage, in the sense, we are still on the bodily aspect. So we are not able to comprehend.
They are very elevated souls, Mataji. We are still here in the material world suffering. We are trying our level best when we go to the temple also.
Yeah.
All the activities we are doing, Mataji.
No, I'm not discouraging.
No, I'm just asking you, lacking ka. I was just asking you to get liberated. How to?
Liberated. That is why I'm saying what first, if we understand what it means to be liberated.
Yeah.
Here we have Mataji. Here we have Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. That's all. In Goloka we won't have that.
Okay.
So,
yes. Okay.
So
yes, Mataji.
Body will not allow us to do all the services, Mataji. That's why we are suffering here.
No. What did you say before? Can you please repeat what you said? Divya Mataji, can you please repeat what you said?
Our body becomes old, and then we cannot serve Lord as proper as we done in youth, Mataji. That's why in this material world we are suffering. So in Goloka we are not suffering. We have no miseries at all, Mataji.
If we remember the first canto of Bhagavatam, Bhishmadev, even when he was lying on the arrow beds, and there he, mentally served Krishna. There Prabhupada writes, Srila Prabhupada writes in that purport, there are various ways of, serving or welcoming, serving, as per our situation. There he was not able to serve Krishna physically because he was on the bed of arrows, but still mentally he offered respects. Then he glorified Krishna. He chanted the Vishnu Sahasranam. Okay, So, no, I'm trying to just give you an idealistic kind of situation, which is very difficult to follow. I accept all that old age, the body doesn't cooperate to do service and all that. But at least if we understand, if we can understand, if we see, Srila Prabhupada till the end, how he was serving. And then when he was bedridden, till the time he left, he was translating Bhagavatam. That is also service. If we take Haridas Thakur's example, he said, I can't chant so much now. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself tells Haridas Thakur, no, you don't have to chant so many rounds. But still, Haridas Thakur says, oh, then it is worthless. It is not possible. So the Lord understands. When the body is not cooperating, Lord understands. It's not that what I was able to do at 20 years, I must be able to do at 80 years. It's not like that. It is more so on the my attitude, or more so on
And the effort, no, Mataji, more than
effort.
perfection, Lord sees the effort.
Effort. Yeah,
Correct.
irrespective of what situation I'm in, it is that that lobha, that greed for serving Krishna, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So that is what I was trying to say. In that sense, if we are able to serve Krishna. Like, I might have had an operation, I'm lying on the bed, then I can increase my hearing, I can increase my chanting of the rounds. It is accepted. Krishna will not accept, I have fractured my leg, I get up and go and make bhoga and offer to him. No, he's not that kind of a Lord. In whatever situation, Krishna will accept the service. So in that sense, I was saying, even in this, Yukta Vairagya, Prabhupada called it. If we are able to serve the Lord physically, mentally, or in whatever aspect, all the time, think of the Lord also. That is what he says, Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Mame Veshisi Yuktvayam Atmanam. He says, Manmana bhava, in the mind, because the mind is what troubles us. It says, no, this is enough. Let's do something else. So it's the attitude, it's the mind from the mind.
Yeah.
Right?
Because when you're doing all the work, the whole day you're thinking what to make now. That means you're thinking of Krishna only. You're thinking about that only all the time.
So that is also devotional service. If we are able to think of Krishna itself, that's how in the 12th chapter, he starts from Maye Mana Adatsva. He starts from 100 marks, it's 100% you think of me. But if you're not able to do, at least do this, you'll come to the perfect stage. Krishna is saying, I am not saying here. If you read from Shloka 8 to 12, in various stages, if Krishna comes down from 100 marks, he comes to 90, 60, 70, 50. He says, but still okay. If you're not able to do that, do this. You will come to the perfect stage, he says. So in that, you have to take it as a comprehensive thing, not just one individual thing. So in that, so that is what Prabhupada is saying, why devotees, why only devotees can go back, because they understand the aspect of devotional service. What does it mean to be a devotee? That means that we do service. It's not just, dry offerings in the sense, just by words, or like worshipping impersonal aspect, just glorifying. But in whatever our capacity, we will do service to Krishna. That is the point I was trying to highlight here, right? Here Prabhupada says, only by attainment of a service attitude in the transcendental position can one enter to the kingdom of Godhead. So that's how in all the purports, in all the books of Prabhupada emphasizes time and again on devotional service, right? So that aspect I wanted to bring out here. I hope I didn't confuse or, was trying to bring out that aspect of devotional service.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah.
Also, I just remembered we have also come across how Prahlad Maharaj, even King Bharat, they got a chance for liberation, but they chose to remain on earth doing the service.
Exactly. Very, very profound point you brought about that. Narsimha, Prahlad says, I'm not coming. If I'm coming, my sahapatis, I mean, all my friends also, he says they are not yet qualified. Then he says, I'll qualify, I'll make them qualified and bring them along with me.
Yes.
You see, that is the superlative in devotional service. You have an opening that you come, I will take with you. He says, no, I will come with them only. Very, very nice point you brought out, Mataji. Thank you for that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So the last shloka we will read for today. Yeah, who's reading? Sindhu, Mataji, did you read earlier? No, I don't think so. Do you want to read, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, I already read, but I can read.
No, we'll give others
Prabhuji, you want to read?
Yeah. Any other person who wants to read?
May I read, Mataji?
Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna. भूर्लोकाकल्पितापद्भ्यां भुवर्लोकोऽस्य नाभितः स्वर्लोकाकल्पितो मूर्ध्ना इति वा लोककल्पना. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Mataji, could you scroll a little bit up? Thank you, Mataji. Others may divide the whole planetary system into three divisions, namely the lower planetary systems on the legs up to the earth, the middle planetary systems on the navel, and the upper planetary systems Swarloka from the chest to the head of the Supreme Personality. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The three divisions of the complete planetary systems are here mentioned. 14 are imagined by others, and that is also explained. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purpose of the second canto, fifth chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Cause of All Causes. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So for us to like how in the first the 39th 38th shloka, all this is explained here for us to understand that there is nothing other than Krishna. Everything comes from Krishna. If we take that shloka of 7th chapter, 19th shloka of Bhagavad Gita, what is that? Bahunam janmanamante gnanavam ma prapatyante vasudevam sarvamiti samahatma sudurlapa. Everything that comes from Krishna. Right? So to elaborate that, these Bhagavatam shloka is trying to tell us that all these lower upper planetary systems and even this everything is in relationship with Krishna, and he is the cause of all causes. Is the main take that of this particular chapter and the few verses that we read here, right? And how it is representing the different lokas are represented in different parts of this of the Virata Rupa is explained here. Yeah, with these few words, with my very limited knowledge, and actually I had very limited time also to prepare for this. So I really thank all of you for the patient hearing and giving me an opportunity to be with all of you, and then Matchitta Matkata Purana Bodhayantaste Parasparam. That is what, and that to being Moksha Ekadashi today. So thought what other better way to spend our time to talk about Krishna and with devotees. So in that aspect, I took up this seva. So I really ask your what can I say? I mean, I really grateful for hearing me patiently, although with so many shortcomings. But so I seek all your prayers. Being a conditioned soul, I'm trying my best to just to do a little seva for my Guru Maharaj. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. If there's any questions or any comments, we are welcome. Otherwise, we can close the class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. There is more about this topic on devotional service surpasses all the liberation. There is one chapter in the Nectar of Devotion that's very useful if anybody wants to read more. Chapter 4, Nectar of Devotion.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Yes. Okay.
Pranams Mataji.
Hare
Thank you so
Krishna.
much for the. I mean, like there were many important points that you discussed. It was summarized in a very beautiful way. Thank you so much, Mataji, for today's session.
Hare Krishna. All
Hare
glories to
Krishna. Thank you,
Prabhupada.
Mataji,
Hare
for
Thank
today's
Krishna Mataji.
session.
Thank you, Mataji, for the
Thank you.
wonderful explanation. Hare
Vancha
Krishna
kalpa
Mataji,
Hare
Dandat
Krishna.
Pranam.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
vancha kalpatarupyascha
Rupyascha
kripasinduvyeva
kripa
cha
sindhubhyo
patitanam
cha
pavanebhyo
patitanam
vaishnavebhyo namo
vaishnavebhyo namo
namaha
namaha.
ananta koti
अनंत
vaishnavinda
कोटि
ki jai.
वैष्णविंद की जय श्री
Srila Prabhupada
प्रभुपाद
ki jai.
की
Granthara
जय
Srimad
ग्रंथराज
Bhagavatam ki
श्रीमद्
jai.
भागवतम की जय
Mokshada Ekadashi
एकादशी की
Mahamahotsav
जय
ki jai. All
जय
devotees ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
माता
Hare
जी
Thank you,
की
Krishna.
जय
devotees.
माता
Thank you.
जी की जय थैंक यू माता जी
Yeah, Mataji ki jai.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.